and gentlemen, please welcome this evening's guest moderator, editor for Movie Line, Brian Brooks, and tonight's guests, Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow, thank you guys for coming. This is our first time at an Apple store doing a performance.
It's a new and improved Apple store, too. They totally did a nice redesign here.
Very exciting.
So, in homage to Hit and Run, we have to zip through this a little bit. So I know you guys are on your way to the airport.
So impending tornado coming at JFK, and we have to get there and fly out. Anyways, who cares? Who cares about that?
So maybe set this up, Dax. You're obviously all over this film as the co-director, writer, and also one of the stars. How did this come about? And did you think one day I want to do a race car movie?
Yeah, well, my favorite movie as a kid was Smokey and the Bandit, which I don't know if anyone that comes to the Mac store loves Smokey and the Bandit.
I do. I saw it on an airplane.
The guy I pay monthly, my publicist, loves it. Perfect. Yeah, I love Smokey and the Bandit. I love car chase movies, and there hasn't been a car chase comedy in a very, very long time that I can remember. I mean, Drive was kind of funny, but not as funny as, say, Smokey and the Bandit. So I thought... you know, I have this beautiful fiance, and I have all these really talented best friends, and so I said, let's get together and just have a blast for 6 weeks, and we accomplished that. And the movie turned out really, I think, better than any of us could have hoped. It's really fun, right, Kristen Bell?
Right.
Yes.
And you also do a lot of the stunt driving in this, which is actually pretty
amazing. A lot?
amazing. Or most, or
how
all?
Much did you do? How much of the stunt driving did you do?
100%.
I'm sorry, how much?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, 100%. Okay, cool.
And
That's
were you
awesome.
in the passenger seat 100%? Excuse me, were you in the passenger seat 100%
yeah.
of the time?
Kristen jumped other cars in that off-road race car. She really...
It's not a big whoop, guys.
No one's impressed.
It's not a big
Well,
whoop.
look, the Genius Bar guys are impressive, but, you know.
But I think a lot of other actors say they do all their own stunts, but it's bullshit, and I think we all know it. But
it's horse pocky.
It's horse pocky. But literally, because Dax directed...
If Paul Walker tells you he jumped a car onto a moving train in Fast and Furious,
I doubt it,
call
Paul.
horse pocky on that.
But because Dax
really
was the
us.
director, he actually, I think the insurance company maybe wasn't up to speed on everything that we did. And we didn't use our stunt doubles when we were supposed to. I'm quite comfortable when Dax is driving. He has exhibited nothing but safety to me, despite how reckless he looks when he's driving. He's a very responsible driver, and I really like being the passenger. And I especially loved the jumps because the race car that we were in has such intense shocks that you can fall from 20 feet, and it just feels like you're landing on an eggshell. You brace for impact, but there is none. So I had a lot of fun. And I got to do some donuts. They taught me how to do donuts while we were filming, which was really fun.
We're in New York. I mean, no one even drives a car, right? So
do you guys even care about this or no?
We picked the perfect city to come to talk about driving. Yeah.
I'm sure everyone
She got to do donuts, and people are like, yeah, I don't get it.
So
you went in the car to go buy donuts? That's what you're telling us? We can do that on the subway.
So I'm going to dive into
It's cool that my ex-co-star Dane Cook came, though, from E of the M is here tonight. This is great.
Oh, he does look a little like Dane Cook.
Just like him. I mean, a handsomer version, of course, but sorry.
No problem. So I was going to dive into your character a little bit. Your character, I'll use one of the names, Yule.
Yeah, Yule.
Yes,
Yule
I have seen it, by the way. He has sort of a slight shadiness to him, although I think he has kind of a deep down core warm heart. And I was kind of curious about how you approached creating these characters and giving them certain kinds of depth. It's not just, obviously it's a movie with a lot of fast moving cars. It's a lot of action and so forth. Fast chicks, fast cars, fast times. But there's different layers to the characters, and I was wondering about your approach to creating these people, and also the people, some of the other high profile names that you were able to recruit for this movie.
Yeah. Well, I said, okay, Bradley Cooper, sexiest man alive. I'm going to put this to the test. Let's put him in terrible dreadlocks and see if he's still the sexiest man alive. And he transcended those dreadlocks and still is the sexiest man alive. But you know, the characters, that's flattering. You say that they have many layers. I know all these people very intimately, and I've written each role for the actor that did it, and I because they're three-dimensional to me, and I know their strengths and everything. I tried to play to them, and likewise, I'm playing a character in the movie that's not unlike myself. I'm an ex-dirtbag who for 8 years has been relatively not dirtbaggy. I've had moments of dirtbagginess, but by and large, reformed dirtbag. So, yeah, my character, it's a metaphor for my own life, is the fact that this guy is, was a criminal who's now witness protection. And then Kristen is same thing with Kristen. I tried to, kind of create a character that was very similar in spirit and heart and emotion to real life Kristen. Yeah.
Right on.
Was that a satisfying answer out of 10? Would you give it a 6? Because I'll live with a 6 at this hour.
6, 7, maybe
perfect.
7. We'll try for
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Okay.
How did you relate to your character, Kristen? She's sort of a little, kind of a very nice, sweet girl, very, very smart, and a little PC.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a lot like me. It's really boring, but I mean, I think that, Dax did write the character, I guess, how he sees me. Is that how you wrote it? I mean,
Sure, yeah. I mean, you don't whine. You don't bitch at me.
Right.
And Andy does a little bit in the movie, but
That's true. She bitches a little bit more than I normally do. But I mean, I liked my character. I think that, a lot of the aspects of Charlie and Annie's relationship are aspects of our real relationship. So that was very easy and made me very comfortable. And the rest of the things she does just sort of were things that move the story along. But I didn't feel she was too far off from my real personality.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
They look a lot alike.
Yeah, almost identical.
Almost
Yes,
identical.
Almost identical.
So the cars themselves are actually very much characters in this film. I mean, the one thing I thought was interesting were the car that you drove mostly down California.
Yes, the Lincoln.
The Lincoln.
Yeah.
I thought was really interesting because I think if this would have been more contrived, it would have been like, one morning Yule wakes up and somehow he has a Lamborghini in his car, or in his garage or whatever, and like, whoa, let's go,
Yeah.
And it's like, turn to a bling movie. But I mean, these cars are really interesting. So where did they come from?
Well, that the Lincoln that was in the trailer that you saw is my real life 1967 Lincoln Continental. Again, I'm in New York. Who cares? But yeah, it's 700 horsepower.
Know your audience.
Lincoln with coilover suspension and huge disc brakes. It's a monster. It's a beast. It's the coolest car in Los Angeles, which is saying a lot.
It is, and it's a
And
gas
it deserved
guzzler.
its own movie, and now it has it. Again, I really do support mass transit. I think it's wonderful for the environment. It's very convenient, and boy, if they cleaned it up. Congratulations, Rudiani, Julie Rudiani.
Julie has done a great job with this
Giuliani.
city.
Yeah, anyways.
So this is the second feature that you've directed?
Yes, this is the first one with a budget, though.
Okay, this
So,
first
yeah,
one
yeah.
with a budget. Okay,
Yeah.
how's that been?
The first one I shot looks like it was shot on toilet paper, and I paid for and made with 3 other people. But it's pretty funny. It just looks terrible. When you see it on Showtime, it was on Showtime this year. You'll be flicking through the channels, and it's such low quality. You'll think, "Oh God, someone made a mistake at Showtime and put the wrong tape in. They put in a tape from like 1984 or something." It's that quality. But
Then you'll watch it, and it's hilarious. It's
Yeah.
called Brothers Justice, in case anyone ever catches it.
Yeah, it's actually worth watching for if you can Netflix it, stream it for free. Anywho, we're not here to sell you Brothers Justice. You already own it on Netflix. But Hit and Run was a much bigger production with a huge crew and tons of stunts and all these different cars and moving parts. So it was a lot harder.
So how is it donning the director's hat? Obviously, you've had quite a history of being in the acting in front of the camera. So how is that?
I like it a lot because when you're at work as an actor, if you're there for like 14 hours, you might be acting, physically saying lines in front of a camera for maybe 2 of those 14 hours, and it's a lot of downtime. But if you're directing, you're kind of answering questions and solving problems the whole 14 hours you're there, and it requires all your concentration, and it's very, very rewarding. I like it a lot more.
And how has it been like for both of you, just going even from between television and film?
I don't really separate them that much. I mean, the only difference is the schedule. Television shoots for a lot longer and sometimes has shorter hours, but Yeah, I don't really separate the mediums all too much. But I will say I do. The reason that I kind of gravitate towards television is because I'm a creature of habit and I like going to the same place. Television's kind of like high school and movies are like camp. Movies are sometimes a lot more fun, but they're taken away from you a lot quicker. And they just, you feel sometimes nomadic when you're just going film to film and meeting new people and working with new groups. And I like TV where you sort of see the same people every day.
Questions from this hot-looking crowd.
We have a microphone. We'll come to you. Just raise your hand if you have a question.
Not all at once, though. Please, 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 not all at once.
Don't be shy. It's not too hard.
Hi, my name is Theo.
Hi, Theo.
Hi, Theo.
Hi. Congratulations on your budgeted second feature film.
Thank you, Theo.
My question is for Kristen. You
I would have guessed that, by the way, Theo.
Sorry.
But go ahead.
But I have another question for you too. You know,
okay,
just
good.
hold on one second. Yeah. You probably forgive me, Kristen. You probably get this question a lot. It's in regards to your role on TV, specifically Veronica Mars. Do you know there's a movie? Or is there gonna continue? You know, what's the deal?
I have.
You know.
I wish I could tell you the deal. I know about as much as you do. I mean, I don't.
I bet Theo knows more, actually, is my hunch.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
No, but I do really know about as much as you. I wish that I knew more. It is an unfortunate industry where it's hard enough to get any movie made, and I know everyone involved wants to do it. I know that for a fact because we talk about it often. But, you know, Warner Brothers is a very large company, and it is not their utmost priority, and their legal system is extremely complicated. And it's almost like we keep knocking on their door saying, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Well, what about this? And just keep being met with different sort of legal issues. So I know that sounds confusing, but it's it doesn't stop us from...
It's a long way to say that there's no movie being made.
Currently. Yeah. Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But along those lines of
Wish I had a better answer.
along those lines of movies being hard to be made, I mean,
Oh, my
how
God,
are you,
yeah.
you know, hitting and running with you on this one? Like, what a...
Well, we
was
raised
it-
the money independently,
Yeah.
so thankfully didn't have a studio
Well, the
over our shoulder.
The
editing
studios, you know, the movie business has shrank almost in half since, say, 2004. When I was in Without a Paddle in 2004. Paramount had released 14 movies that year, or 13 movies this year. They released 5 or 6, and Disney at that time released 12 or 13 through Touchstone. Now they release 6. Like, they've all cut what they release and make in half. So it really does fall on to filmmakers to just go out and make the movie themselves. It's really the only option, especially if you want to make something that's unconventional, like this movie is, or the least bit provocative, or you know.
I mean, we had family members working on it, like staying with us at our house and working on it. This was really a chance where we got to hire all of our friends and really make the movie that we wanted to make. That wasn't. I mean, the clips are all vaguely edited, so it's not the exact
that's not
version. It's a
actually
little
how they
PC,
are.
but it's very rare that a writer and a director gets to actually see his extremely perverted, weird vision, yet lovely throughout the entire film, and actually see it birthed as the product that he wants. Because we didn't, sell the movie, and it wasn't agreed to put in theaters till after the cut. So, that's kind of lucky.
Okay, cool. More questions?
Front row.
Oh, great.
Hi, my name is Jimena.
Ooh, hit me one more time with that.
Jimena.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
X-I-M-E-N-A.
It's a great sundress as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm a Parenthood fan.
Oh, you are? Great.
Yeah,
that movie has already been made in 1988, unfortunately.
I know. I saw it on Netflix. Okay. But congratulations. The movie looks great. I wanted to ask you guys if you're going to keep writing, directing together. If that's like a...
Absolutely.
Well, he does the writing and the directing. I mostly do snacks.
No, she produced. She's very,
I
very
make sure
helpful.
that his blood sugar is up to speed so that we can utilize all of his talents. And sometimes I'm a sounding board, but I'll be in anything he wants to put me in.
Yeah, we're going to
That's
do
for
another
sure.
one in March that KB has a role in as well. Theo, pack your bags.
Theo
You're
wants to
going
be
to
next
Going to
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Ooh, I see a hand up back there. Look at this, row 3.
Yes, we
Deep
have
right.
we have time for 2 more questions.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm wondering.
I'd love a name because it's so fun when we get to hear everyone's names.
My name's Alex.
Ooh,
Alex.
They just told
Slightly
me to stand
ambiguous
here.
gender-wise. Could go either way
Exactly.
with Alex. Yep. Love
Just
it.
the way I
She's
like
a
it.
lady, though.
I'm wondering, we just saw a clip and it was a little racy.
Uh-huh.
There has been some things in the news lately about maybe jokes that some don't find funny. People have been getting in trouble. Do you think there are things that you shouldn't joke about? Are there things
Not
that
at
you
all.
won't
There's
joke
not
about?
a single thing in the world that shouldn't be joked about. Comedians' number one job is to be irreverent, and that's my commitment. And no. And anyone who suggests that something's off limits or is beyond being joked about, needs to not see comedies or turn on Seinfeld. That's what they need to do, because nothing is off limits.
I would agree, but I also say that with a major level of empathy and compassion, because I also believe things should sometimes be taken seriously. But I think that everything deserves to be loved, and everything also deserves to be made fun of.
Well, and it all boils down to execution, because someone knows how to dance around the subtleties of, something that may seem homophobic on the surface, but that's not really what the joke's about. If someone executes that well, then it's great. Much like kids shouldn't emulate, NASCAR drivers without the training. That doesn't mean everyone's qualified to handle this material or make those jokes or execute them. But
It's also the intention. You can tell someone's intention.
yes.
But
it's different when Bill Maher makes a joke than when Imus makes a joke. We all know the difference.
Right, and I think has to come into play, because oftentimes people are crucified who actually have pretty decent just comedic intentions, and like people get really angry, and it's like, wait a minute, there are plenty of people that you should be angry about that are actually don't have really nice
Sincere.
perspectives. Sincere.
There are actual hate groups.
Yeah,
you could
there are
be
actual
picketing.
hate groups that
Yeah, instead of
exist. This
comedians.
person's just joking.
Yeah.
Final question.
Great
right here.
hot button topic, though. Boy.
Very good,
Did you see
Alex.
how elevated
Very
my
good.
speech pattern got there? My blood pressure shot through the roof. Okay.
Final
Yes.
question right over here.
Oh, great.
Zoe. Nice to meet you guys.
Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
That's fantastic.
I guess.
Haven't heard a normal name yet. I guess Alex could be normal,
Yeah.
but and that comes from
I drive
Dax.
in New York too, so
great,
that's
great.
weird.
Okay.
I had a question. I mean, being an actor and a director, do you guys have any really crazy snafu filmmaking stories? Like, what's the worst thing that happened during the shoot that? I mean, I don't know.
We were just saying that never have we gotten luckier for a longer stretch of time, because Kristen went back to work 12 hours after her last scene in Hit and Run. She went and started House of Lies. So had we screwed something up and lost a day of shooting or had to pick up another scene, we would have been screwed. We would have had
This
to wait
film
another
was a
4
miracle.
months. It really was.
It really
we
was
didn't
a
smash
miracle.
any cars somehow.
No one got hurt with the amount of stunt driving and things that we pulled off guerrilla style. It is unbelievable that no one got arrested and nothing was broken.
Yeah.
The car got a little damaged, but only once.
Yeah, it was rehabbed at the end. It's functioning just fine.
Okay.
But thankfully, there are no snafus to share. Thankfully.
All right. Well, you guys are off to the airport. Good luck dodging that tornado, and thanks
Thank you so
much.
much.
To Dax
Thank you guys
Shepard,
for coming to
Kristen
watch.
Bell,
Yeah,
and
thank you so
Clips.
much,
Check
guys.
out Hit and
Very
Run.
funny.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you again, Dax Shepard, Kristen Bell, and Brian Brooks. Thank you guys so much.